One thing I do kind of know is how to play the 7 modes of a major key, right? So for new people, intermediates, maybe more advanced people that, you know a lot, maybe you haven't really thought about it just from the simple perspective of taking those 7 major modes and moving up the fretboard. Starting for simplicity's sake, starting from a G, the key of G, and the G note here on the 3rd fret of an E string, because it's low here on the fretboard, we can play a full octave worth of these modes all the way up to G again here on the 15th fret, right? So starting out with that first mode is called Ionian mode. Starting on the G note in this case, because we're in the key of G major, we're going to start on the G note and play this pattern here, keeping the fingers generally in a 4-fret box. Some of these modes require you to stretch outside of that 4-fret box that you will be in for each mode, generally speaking. But for this one here, we start out this one mode right here, Ionian, right? We use the 2nd finger to start out here in the 3rd fret, play this G note, right? And the 2nd finger is 2, right? 4th finger is 4, so 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2. And then we're back on a G note again. 2 octaves higher. Go backwards. So go over that again and learn that one mode. That's Ionian mode, right? And you're playing in the key of G. Let's say we want to play in the key of G and move up here in this positioning and stay in the key of G, right? We started from the 2nd note in the key of G, which is the A note, the key of G major, right? And the A note, we want to play this 2nd note. That's what we call Dorian mode, right? That one has a slightly different finger pattern and requires a little stretching, but we're going to start out on that 2nd finger again for most of these modes. 1 or 2 of them is different, but 2nd finger here, right, on the A note, the 5th fret. We're going to go 2, 4, then we're going to stretch back 1, and then 2, 4, and then just regular 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, stretch back 1, and 2. And then we're back on A note again. Okay, 2 octaves, but we stayed in the key of G major, right? That's the reason why the pattern is different here. And that's the 2nd mode. Ionian, Dorian. The 3rd mode is Phrygian, right? That's on the 3rd note of a major key. In this case, with the key of G major, the 3rd note is B, right, on the 7th fret. So we're going to use, this time, we're going to use our 2nd finger again. This time we're only going up half a fret. So we're going to use our 2nd and 3rd finger to play it. Right? So it's 2, 3. Right? Then we're going to stretch back 1. Right? And then 2, 4. Stretch back 1, 2, 4. Stretch back 1, 2, 4. Then 2, 3. Stretch back 1, 2. And then we're back on that B note again. Right? So once again, 2, 3, stretch back 1, 2, 4, stretch back 1, 2, 4, stretch back 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, stretch back 1, 2. Right? That's Phrygian mode. Right? It's the 3rd mode in a major key. The 4th mode is Lydian. Right? That starts out here as your perfect 4th from your G note, right? In this case, so it's a 4th note from the G note in the key of G major. Right? That's our C note. Right? C note is going to play the 1st note of this Lydian mode. Right? It's a lot like our Ionian mode. It's close, right? So when you play, in this case, using the 2nd finger again, right here on the 8th fret, the C note, and we play 2, 4, right? 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. Be back on the C note, right? So. That's Lydian mode, right? So once again, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2. Right? No stretches on this one. That's Lydian, the 4th mode. The 5th mode, right? Your perfect 5th, creates what we call Mixolydian, right? Their 5th note representing our 5th mode in a major key, Mixolydian, right? So in that case, you're talking about a D note. It's the perfect 5th from a G, right? D note. In case you're using the 2nd finger again, the 10th fret, D note of the E string, right? 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, stretch back 1, 2. And we're back on a D note, right? So once again, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, stretch back 1, 2. Right? So that's your Mixolydian, right? The next one is the corresponding minor of this major key, right? Which is when we get to the E note, right? Which would create an E minor chord, which is the sixth note or sixth chord or degree out of G major. So starting on the E note here, which 12th fret, maybe you're aware of that, right? So the E note, we're playing the second finger again, right? We're going to play Aeolian, right? So this one here is 2, 4, right? So 2, 4, and then we're going to stretch back 1, and so 1, 2, 4 again, stretch back 1, stretch back 1 again, 1, 2, 4, and then just 1, 2, regular 1, 2, 4, and then 2, 3, and then stretch back 1, and then 2, right? Landing on the E note again. So once again, 2, 4, stretch back 1, 2, 4, stretch back 1, 2, 4, regular 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, stretch back 1, and then 2. Land back on an E note again. That's our sixth degree or sixth mode out of these major modes, right? The seventh one here is what we call Locrian. Now this is really the only one. We're starting out with this case, the third finger, instead of the second finger, right? So this is the seventh note in the key of G major, right? It's an F sharp note right here, right before we get back to another G note, right? An octave higher, right? Where we're going to play Ionian mode again, which is the same as over here, when we did that first mode. But playing this Locrian mode, starting with F sharp on the third finger, we're going to play 3, 4, right? 3, 4, then 1, 3, 4, then 1, 3, stretch 4, right? 1, 3, stretch 4, and then 1, 3, then 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 3. And then we're back on an F sharp note. So once again, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, stretch 4, 1, 3, then 1, 2, 4, 1, 3. You're back on your F sharp note again, right? So you kind of right. So that's our seventh mode. That's the last mode in that key, and then we can go back up to our key of G, our G note again, and once again play the first mode that we played down here, Ionian mode, which was 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2. We're going to just do that right up here. 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, 2. And then you can play Dorian up here as well, and then Phrygian, right, as far as you can get up the fretboard. Once you know all those patterns, you can generally play all the diatonic notes for any major key that you would be in, right, with any song. You can identify the key of the song you're in. You can generally use that to kind of like freestyle and come up with different riffs and so forth inside of the key of that song. So maybe that helps you in some way, especially if you're new. Maybe you can say, hey, look, I'm going to just learn those 7 modes. I'm just going to practice them until I learn them. Then I'm going to understand that if I'm playing the key of G, all those modes, if I understand the next note up, one note up from G is G sharp, we understand that we just move every single note up 1 fret, and we're playing in the key of G sharp, right? Same thing with A. That's Ionian mode, right? And then so in the A, the next note would be B. It's a whole step away. It's a whole step, half step, whole step, half step, right? To find the notes in any major key. So maybe you get that with a whole step. That's 2 whole steps and a half step, just 1 fret, right? Whole step is 2 frets, right? So A is 2 whole steps, half step, 3 whole steps, and a half step, and you're back on A again. Same thing with that G note. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step. You're back on G again, right? So you get a little bit more of a big picture of Once you know that and you can find the key better, you can understand those 7 modes. You have a lot more control over a song or learning a song, if that makes sense. Maybe this helps you in some way. Let me know if it does. Of course, I appreciate you dropping me a line or a like. Let me know if it does, and maybe check out my other videos if I drop any more. All right, see you next time.